Here's where Shirley lived when she was a little girl. And that's her mother. Okay, danke. Sehr schön. Wie viele Kinder?
Vier.
4 children. That was when Shirley's father was a drummer in the orchestra here at Bad Pyrmont. This is a street in Bad Pyrmont. Bad means bath, like a hot springs, sort of like a mineral bath. A fountain without any water in it at the moment. They sure don't look as good without water.
Das ist die katholische Kirche.
The Catholic Church.
Ihr könnt ja da reingehen und ich hole eben Geld. Ja, ich sage Ihnen, das ist der Empfang.
So simple. I should say that again because you can hear the echo. What a great place this would be to sing, I think. First Communion. When we were driving way down there where those cars are, I noticed that there was this axis, but I didn't have time to film it from down there. But I wondered what was up here, and what's up here, I'll get right in the center, is this spring. Bad Pyrmont is all based on water, as Thomas said. Thomas, is the water hot?
I don't know at the moment. There could be some hot water.
And this is the very heart of Bad Pyrmont. One street goes that way, and Thomas was saying these are expensive hotels. These right here, maybe the other street goes that way, and no doubt in there are the baths themselves. Maybe we'll go in and look. Hello. That was Shirley's mother, and. Here you can maybe see the hotels a little bit better. And let's see what's in here and what this says. Maybe this is another one of the springs. You can see the water bubbling up. Die Quellen auf Brunnenplatz. The springs. Let's see, this is only in German. The springs on the well place since for 2,000 years they've come up these healing waters. I'm not going to translate this now, but you could look it up on Google if you wanted to. State approved medicinal. Okay. Here it's in English. This is the English. This would be a lot like White Sulphur Springs, but also Bedford Springs Hotel, Healing Springs. Whoops, no water today. I have it shut off. Kein Trinkwater. You can't drink it, but you can sample each one of the waters. There's looks like 6 springs here. Each one tastes a little bit different. Frederick's Spring. I'm not sure what that translates, and this is all in German. Helen's Spring, Wolfgang's Spring, Kieferlandquelle. Quelle means spring, so anyway, you can sample them. Shirley said that this is where her father played the drum in the symphony orchestra, but at that time it wasn't this small, it was this whole area. It would have been the official symphony orchestra of Bad Pyrmont. This queen was a guest here in those years for surgery, it looks like. But anyway, and this whole space was where Shirley's father played in that symphony orchestra. Now, I made this mostly because I wanted you to see the way everything is so aligned in this city. And no doubt the water went on down and came out. And then here's this quella. And I've been here already. I showed you that it's all aligned according to that. I asked Thomas if this city was bombed, and he said probably. It's interesting. He said that in the last 3 or 4 months of the war, it was over. It was clearly over. But the Allies just kept bombing everything. Germany at that point was defenseless. He was saying, for example, the firebombing of Dresden, and he said Hamburg, 40,000 people died in one night, and in England, the whole war, 70,000 people died, the whole war. Interesting to hear his version. Schön. Are we going to go up there?
Ja, wollen wir da rein? Charlie?
This is the other church, not the Catholic church. And look at the way, it's not exactly timber framing, but look at the cantilevering of the upper balcony. Beautiful. Now, what I was saying about the bombing, that's almost certainly why these windows are clear. No doubt the stained glass, I just have no doubt at all about it, that the stained glass windows from the Middle Ages were shattered, and because this is all new stained glass. Ugh. Look at that, cantilevered, and then supporting the long timbers. Huh. Beautiful. But there's a similarity between what was done here and what was done in that at the Gifhorn Museum that I was filming with the balconies above. I mean, that's a house. This is a church, supposedly a farmhouse. when I think about that war. Before I leave, I wanted to film the stonework here to show the cut marks, chisel marks on that stone when they cut it. No flying buttresses on this. Thomas was just saying that, you can't be certain. He doesn't know that for sure. What about the bombing and stuff? But the 30 Years' War was also just utterly destroyed Germany. That war set Germany back. I've said it elsewhere in my course. Set Germany back about 200 years compared to England and France. It so much ripped this country apart. And then there were as many as 300 little tiny countries here, what is now unified into Germany. That's a history that I think I talked about elsewhere. So there's been a lot of violence. We can't be certain about that. But still, while I'm talking about that war, which I can barely talk about, there's the figure that when the Russians came into Berlin, destroyed Berlin, they also raped 2 million women, of which a huge percentage of those women committed suicide afterward. Horrible. Okay, Thomas has cleared me up on the 30 Years' War. He looked at the dates, and this is not a medieval church. This church was neo-Gothic. It was built after the 30 Years' War, 1848. I think he knows this history. I've read it, but I don't really know it yet. He knows this history. So, like the Houses of Parliament, like what's nicknamed the castle at the Smithsonian, that's neo-Gothic.